What's up, YouTube? It's James coming back at you with another informative video. I hope you guys are doing well out there on this beautiful Tuesday. I'm doing pretty good myself. Well, it appears that Illinois wants to start their own arrest and release program. And it's called the SAFET Act. All right. And let me tell you, it is nothing safe about this particular program right here. I'm going to just tell you that it's nothing safe. But from what I understand, it has something to do with what the Dems are trying to do. Now, far as I'm concerned, I don't give a damn about neither one of them being Democrats or conservatives, Republicans. Because they all, both, groups are like two fangs of the same snake. That's just what it is. But yeah, a lot of undetainable offenses. They want to abolish cash bails for everybody, that commits a crime for almost every offense. All right. Individuals on electronic monitoring must be in violation for 48 hours before law enforcement can act. Prohibits officers from removing trespassers from your residence or business. From what I can see, this particular act right here, if they pass it, is leaving you to fend for yourself. Okay. And I do believe that it's starting in Illinois, but if they go ahead and they pass this particular bill right here, it is coming to a state near you, if you understand what I'm saying. I got 3 videos right here, then we'll continue into some more commentary. Let's check these out.
As of January 1st, 2023, the following things will go into effect, and people need to be aware of this. It abolishes cash bail for almost every offense. This includes, but isn't limited to, kidnapping, armed robbery, second-degree murder, drug-induced homicide, aggravated DUI, threatening a public official, and aggravated fleeing and eluding. Offenders released on electronic monitoring have to be in violation for 48 hours before law enforcement can act. They could almost drive to Alaska before we can even look for them. It denies victims their constitutional rights. And keep this in mind, businesses and homeowners. Officers will no longer be able to remove trespassers from your residence or your businesses. Someone could decide to live in your shed, and all we can do is give them a ticket. You have to decide what level of force is required to remove them and whether or not it's legal. This is a massive threat to the residents of Orland Park, Cook County, and Illinois.
Illinois will be the first state in the nation to end cash bail starting next year, and that is sparking a concern that more criminals could be out on the street.
Grady Trimble is in the loop and breaks down this law, which is called the SAFET Act.
A number of states' attorneys and sheriffs are sounding the alarm about Illinois' plan to end cash bail. They say it's going to make crime in the state of Illinois worse. The new law that goes into effect January 1st, 2023 gets rid of cash bail entirely. It also limits who can be arrested and held in jail based on the crime they're alleged to have committed. The Democrats who voted for this law say it's more equitable.
You've been denied a bond because you're dangerous, which is good. Let's deny dangerous people bonds. But if they have a bond, we're saying you're not dangerous. We're just going to keep you in jail because you're poor.
But those in law enforcement who oppose it say it'll lead to hundreds, if not thousands of people being released from jail as soon as it goes into effect at the beginning of the year. They also say it'll make our communities more dangerous with suspects in future crimes roaming free.
There is nothing just, and there's nothing, promoting safety about allowing individuals who choose to break the law to threaten and to hurt innocent people, allow them back on the streets to do it again. That's the opposite of justice, and that's the opposite of promoting safety within our community.
The new law comes at a time when businesses are already leaving the city of Chicago, some of them over safety concerns. Crime in the city is up 37% from a year ago. In the Loop, Grady Trimble, Fox 32, Chicago.
A new state law that takes effect in January is spurring pushback from law enforcement and causing a stir on social media.
It's called the SAFET Act, and it's aimed at reforming the state's cash bail system.
Tia back now with more on exactly what it will do.
Well, Natalie and Corey, there's a lot of confusion and possible disinformation out there, but one thing is for certain, change is coming. New Year's Day, Illinois will become the first state in the country to eliminate cash bail. Those that support the SAFET Act says cash bail criminalizes poverty, fuels mass incarceration, and disproportionately impacts communities of color.
You've been denied a bond because you're dangerous, which is good. Let's deny dangerous people bonds. But if they have a bond, we're saying you're not dangerous. We're just going to keep you in jail because you're poor.
DuPage County State's Attorney Robert Berlin says he supports bail reform.
You want the right people in custody. Violent criminals, people charged with violent crimes who are a threat to the public, should remain in custody pending trial. Everybody else has a right to bail.
But he's also concerned. The controversial law limits who can be arrested and held in jail based on the crime allegedly committed.
Judges will not have discretion unless the person is a willful risk of imminent flight.
Many members of the law enforcement community are working to have the current law amended.
I'm very concerned about an increase in violent crime, but again, I do want to stress there is still time to fix it.
Well, tied to this issue is an extremely controversial political ad that replays doorbell cam video of a woman being attacked on a north side sidewalk. Mike Flannery's coming up in a few minutes with the very different reactions from Governor Pritzker and his opponent, Darren Bailey. Corey?
Starting in January, a new law will go into effect in Illinois called the SAFET Act. Part of it eliminates cash bail for most offenses. Today, the Winnebago County State's Attorney says around 400 inmates at the county jail will be released. Under the new law, people arrested for many criminal cases, including battery, robbery, and vehicular homicide, cannot be detained no matter the severity of the crime. Unless there is evidence, they're a flight risk, and a judge can only detain someone for murder and armed robbery if there is a real and present threat to the safety of the community. Jay Hanley and other states' attorneys around Illinois are asking to tweak the law and allow judges to use their discretion in all cases. The SAFET Act passed in 2021, and many Republicans have been trying to make changes to it, including Darren Bailey. Bailey continues to promise a repeal of the SAFET Act if he's elected governor. It's a move that would be unlikely even if he won, since it would require the House and Senate to flip, and Democrats hold supermajorities in both chambers. The bill's sponsors are saying the conversation around the SAFET Act is not happening in good faith.
I think if we're going to have conversations about public safety, then we should actually engage on the history of people like Darren Bailey, who've done a really bad job around public safety.
We will repeal the SAFET Act, and we will reinstate cash bail everywhere, all across the state. We will repeal limits. We will repeal limits on pretrial detention for violent criminals.
The bill was supported by the Illinois Legislative Black Caucus. It said this makes the justice system more fair for minorities. You can read more about the SAFET Act on our website, mystateline.com.
Well, there you have it. Seems like to me, this is a retaliation maybe for all of this defund the police talk, leaving the people to fend for themselves against the criminal. You understand what I mean? Because, all these unattainable defenses, not even limiting to murder itself, and they letting 400 criminals out. Man, nah, this ain't gonna be good. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Hopefully, they can actually repeal this particular situation and not let it come to pass, because the streets are bad enough as it is, but that's just what it is. They are leaving the citizens to fend for themselves at your own discretion. And then get this, may even turn around and punish you worse than the criminals that they're letting loose. Okay? So that's basically what it all boils down to. Myself, I don't think that this is a good idea. I really don't. You know what I'm saying? Because like I say, the streets are bad enough. Even if, these people out here robbing, killing, and stealing, business owners are being violated, all kinds of things are happening and coming into pass, because of the average criminal out here. You know what I mean? And it extends far beyond Pookie and Ray Ray. Now, how come they don't make a safety act and expose the criminals that's making these laws? What about that? You know what I mean? The ones that, the lawmakers themselves, because, their laws never get brought to the forefront of what is actually taking place. And they're committing all kinds of crimes. See, the thing is with them, they always said that the pen is mightier than the sword, okay? Trust and believe they using that pen for all kinds of wrong shit. And this law right here that they are talking about, the Safety Act, is wrong. It is a crime in itself, and that's just all there is to it. That's just what it is. I'm not buying into this shit, man. See? So, the law-abiding citizens, this shit is going to affect us. And that's just all there is to it. And like I said, it is coming to a city near you. You understand what I'm saying? Because, see, once, a state decides to, pass a bill, especially some bill like this, it spreads like wildfire. It's not going to be long before it comes, to a city near us. And that's just what it is. See, especially when it involves the two fangs of the same snake, which is the Democrats and the Republicans. Okay, that's pretty much all I got on this with people. I want you guys to tell me what you think about this particular situation right here. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And people, please remember to live your life as though we are being watched, simply because we are. This is James, and I'm out. Peace.